Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you all key takeaways from Union Budget 2021 in respect of direct tax. But before that, did you all notice that today's budget was the first budget which was completely digital? And even our Honorable Finance Minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharamanji, she read it out from a Made in India tablet. Also, she launched a Union Budget mobile app so that you don't have to visit the website and look for the budget documents. You can directly download that from the Play Store and access it at your own ease. So let's start with the budget. So as you can see in today's budget, no changes have been made to the personal income tax rates, corporate tax rates, deductions, exemptions, but government has provided relief to senior citizens. Senior citizens of the age of 75 years or more who get only pension and interest as their income, they are not required to file ITR. Also, in cases which do not involve tax evasion, I'm talking about the income tax right now. The time limit is currently 6 years, which has now been reduced to 3 years in today's budget. And in cases which involve tax evasion, the time limit is 10 years, provided the amount involved is 50 lakhs or more, and also you need to obtain the approval of Principal Chief Commissioner. Thirdly, there is a proposal for setting up a faceless dispute resolution committee so that any taxpayer with taxable income up to 50 lakhs and disputed income up to 10 lakhs can approach the committee and get his tax dues settled. And also it will reduce the litigation. The government last year introduced faceless assessment, and in today's budget, the government proposed faceless tribunal also. So a national income tax appellate tribunal shall be established, and all the dealings between the tribunal and the appellant shall be made electronically. So this is a very good point which is there in the today's budget, and it will reduce litigation and promote more transparency in the system and less of corruption. So moving ahead, we all know that dividend income is taxable in the hands of shareholders. Today, the government has clarified that a shareholder needs to pay advance tax on his dividend income only if the dividend is declared or paid. And if the dividend is not declared or if it is not paid, then a shareholder doesn't need to pay any advance tax on the dividend income. Also, the deduction under Section 80EE, that is deduction which is related to interest on loan which is taken for affordable house, it is to be extended. Earlier it was 31st March 2021. Now it is to be extended to loans which are sanctioned up to 31st March 2022. It is now extended by 1 more year. The Finance Minister also announced that affordable housing projects, they can avail tax holiday until 31st March 2022. Earlier this limit was up to 31st March 2021. Also, tax incentives are announced by the Finance Minister for IFSC, International Financial Services Center, and for aircraft leasing and rental companies. Regarding the income tax return, when we file income tax return on the e-filing portal, we see that some data is already pre-filled. That is, salary amount is already pre-filled from Form 16, TDS is already there. But when it comes to interest, we have to manually enter these figures. But from now, capital gains, dividend income and interest income will be pre-filled, and you don't need to enter any figure manually. You just need to verify. So the workload has reduced for the professionals. Also, the government announced that deduction under Section 80 IAC, which relates to the development of startups in India, will be extended up to 31st March 2022. Also, the charitable trust, the small charitable trust, which run hospital and educational institution, they are also provided relief, and the annual receipt limit has been increased from rupees 1 crore to 5 crores so that they have to bear lesser of legal compliances. In case of NRIs also, the government has proposed to notify rules for removing the hardships of double taxation. The tax audit limit under Section 44AB of the Income Tax Act has been increased from rupees 5 crore to rupees 10 crore, but remember one thing, that this is only applicable to those taxpayers where 95% of business transactions are done in digital mode. In case of PF, Provident Fund, if your employer has deducted PF but he has not deposited it with the government, then the employer cannot claim it as a deduction. Also, the interest which is earned on PF contribution above rupees 2.5 lakh, that will become taxable. So whatever you contribute to PPF, PF, so if the interest which is earned on these contributions, it exceeds 2.5 lakhs, then it will be taxable. And it applies only to those contributions which are made on or after 1st April 2021. With this, we come to an end. I hope you like this video. If you like it, hit like, subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you.